Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, sir, for so nice introduction. It's my pleasure. Thanks to CII, Mainuddin, Anjanda for inviting me and sharing some of our experience, nano experience with you. What I want to do is that some few basic slides on of nano market, how this nano thing is coming up, what is the commercialization scenario, and little bit our organization and what are the things we are doing into this nano level. From the morning we're talking, really nanotechnology is a new promising technology for revolutionize. Definitely this will revolutionize the 21st century's industry scenario. I'll skip some of the side and nano, actually everybody knows about the nano. Just I want to show you one thing. Most important thing is that micro to nano transaction also. The same bulk material in micron sizes have a different property, but when you go into this nano size, it is going to have a different property. So as a result of that, there are certain unique property you will get into this nano level. Just for example, if you today consider the display system in micro level you require very high voltage, around 2500, but you go for nano level only 2.5 volts can do the same things. So that sort of thing is possible, and there are a lot of things actually just 1 minute, actually I have to change my some presentation, just very sorry, just I'm coming to this. About that, this is my presentation actually. So this, now I want to share you some of the market, which is McKinsey report says, what are the areas of commercialization of nano things. From the morning we know about that it is going to be $1 trillion market, definitely. They divided into the 4 sectors. One is the coating and powder. Frankly speaking, friends, there is a huge impact on the nano in the coating and paint industries. Beside that, medicals and energy industrialization, electronics and all other things are there. So that encourages us to do with this nano work. Just give you a little bit things about the I-canN, which is Innovation Center for Applied Nanotechnology. I and along with some young friend of IIT, we started this company, and we thought that whatever the technology we are going to develop, that is our own technology, indigenous technology. So we got recognition from UK just now. Chairman said about that things, so I doesn't want to repeat. We also get very good recognition from our earlier President Abdul Kalam. Friends, you will happy to know, last year, in the month of April, actually, he invited us to Rashtrapati Bhavan. He spent almost a day with us and see all the effort. And he is one of the mentors for I-canNano, and he knows all the activities what we are doing. We are coming, as said, lot of sector, slowly, we are making a good group of team. Now around 22 young people beside the manufacturing are with me. So we are just heading one division kind of things, and slowly we are progressing. And our activity at present, we have 2 plants. One is Calcutta, that was already commercialized, and it is producing almost 40 tons per month production of nano paints. Beside that, now we are going to expand our facility within a very short, within 3-4 months, we are increasing this to tonnage of this thing. Mumbai also we have a very small facility. Now we are starting up one of the plant in Delhi, and most probably in future, within 2-3 months also we will take a decision on the South India. Beside that, 2 companies in UK, and I-canN Paint UW Limited, it shows tremendous interest in UK builder like Rhinoceros and all other people are buying some of the material from us. They approve also, European Health Organization has also approved some of our paints and coating, and that we are selling there. And these companies is also going to listed in London Stock Exchange by May. AIMS market we are going. Beside that, we're happy to know that UK government, that the optics, they are offer us a lab facility there in UK with the initial grant. So hopefully with next financial year, we're coming up with one R&D lab in UK. So what we are doing, let's straight away without wasting much time, what we are doing. One of the very important things we are doing is the nano coating. It is just functionalized nanomaterial suspended into that solvent, either isopropyl alcohol or water. And reason behind that, why you are going to nano coating, one of the advantage of that, perhaps you know, the self-cleaning concept is coming. The self-cleaning concept is one of the concepts which basically giving dust and water repellent, this type of things. So if you able to make this nanomaterial and functionalize nanomaterials, you can make several coating of the glass, plaster, stone, leather and wood. The first coating which I want to show you, that basically the glass coating. Friends, you can see this is also a food bazaar which already applied last 2 years ago. This is in Calcutta, Alipur Food Bazaar, and where we increase actually the cleaning cycle. We are also working with automobiles companies. In fact, India's largest automobile glass manufacturer, we have already agreement with them. They have tested a lot of product, and by end of April, we are coming this product launching all over India. You can see here what is happening here. Half of the portion of a windshield glass is coated with our coating. This is our coating. You can see when you heavy rain, no water is sticking, no dust is sticking, and this is the uncoated portion where you can't see clearly. So there are a lot of tests over there. We have done the thickness measurement, and anybody interested, I can send you the details, technical details of that. Transparency, transmittivity, it should be transparent so that people can see clearly. And most important thing, this coating also protect the glass from the corrosion. If you see this infrastructural glass building, after a few years we found there is a lot of scratch due to the rain. And second one is that oil effect, which is, we're calling it the oil effect, which is rainbow effect appears into the glass building. That you can protect with this coating. Similarly, there is one of the very important thing is that basically the building or construction industry, if you consider today, one of the biggest problem is the damping. This is from one of the high-rise building which we are coated, and you can see just a small portion of video where only one small portion is coated with this nano and other is not coated. This is the portion which is the coated. So when you throw the water, everywhere water is get absorbed, but for the nano coated portion, no water is absorbed. Friends, what is happening is that in the nano coating also, the penetration of nano coating is much, much more. That's why the life is much, much more. Another thing I want to tell you, these are the non-polymeric based coating. So if you use any polysiloxane or anything type of this, it is very easily degraded because you know the polymer is bond is get loses to UV light and it is degraded. This is giving much, much better life, which last few years we are doing. Another success we got for the sanitary ware. I can say proudly, India's largest sanitary ware manufacturer now buying this coating, and we are, I think in the next financial year, we are going into the press also this coating. This is already tested, field trial has been passed, and now this coating is already commercialized with this India's largest sanitary ware, where they produce antibacterial, water repellent, stain-free coating. This is very easy application you can use. It is a careless, it is just like water-like solution, which you have shown into the small video. And it is a air drying system. It is actually isopropyl or water-based system we can provide you. So it is a air drying, whatever the thing is left, you just to polish, and immediately you can see the effect. Beside that, when you make this type of, we also tried little bit about the leather and textile. Textile I'm not showing, textile we have to do a lot of work till now. We feel the leather coating also one of the successful thing is come. One of the company, India's leading leathers shoe making company already approached, and we are working with them basically to make one of the leather coating, not only giving this leather soft and other, also there are a lot of antibacterial activity they want to do over there. We developed a lot of this wood system. I'll show you a little bit in our paint coating system. We have a complete system for the wood primer, wood sealer, or this. Wood is a cellulose layer actually. So what we are doing is that after this coating, we're protecting wood from the UV light. As a result of that, wood life and everything is getting increased. Friends, this is about the coating, which is non-polymeric based. Now I'm come to the paint systems. What are the paint system we are doing? So you agree with me, paint is basically a mixture of organic and inorganic materials. And organic pigment, inorganic pigment is mostly the dominating the property of a paints. So what is happening is that if you use a micron size pigment or all sort of things, the distance between 2 micron is little larger. As a result of that, this organic material going to be deteriorated. There is a finite probability that you get corrosion and all sort of things. But in nano level, what is happening is that if you make proper functionalized nanomaterial, it will attract each other. As a result of that, your barrier is complete. Not only that, you can show this is one of the very advantage from the morning which we are talking about, the small material is required in nano level. It's true. You can get a 100 micron thickness paint, generally you can get with a 20 or 30 micron thickness. Last 2 years, we are working with India's largest almost all, I'll show you what are the corporate world which we are working. One of the company, they are one of the biggest construction, even that they are making a lot of infrastructure in seashore. We are working with them. This is their result, which they are saying this paint is going to more than 4,000 hours of salt spray. This is one interesting development which we have done, and this is also commercialized by India's largest refrigerator manufacturing company. And now we are developing day by day some new product for them also. This is a heat conducting paint. There are a lot of things, basically electrical gadget where the heat is entrapped, heat is creating, actually decrease the efficiency of the systems. So what we are doing, we are basically making carbon nanotube based paint, functionalize the nanotube, put it into epoxy amide system or whatever the timide system they people have worked. Generally we work on epoxy system for this, and we make the paint and we are giving, and you will happy to know they trial it, they got nearly around 5% improvement into the compressor property, and this product is also get commercialized. Besides, one of the South Indian company, we develop an insulating coating. You can make conducting as well as you can make insulating with this nano level. So we are also doing some of the insulating things with them for this thing. You can see recently we have actually before the monsoon we have quoted one of the India's largest wind turbine manufacturing. Now we are signing agreement with them. Actually 1 year we want to see the performance of this coating. By this December we are going to in a big way to coat almost for their all wind turbine. This is actually the site which is very 200 kilometer from the Bangalore, Hasur site, which we have coated first, this nano coated wind turbine. And one of the things which we have done reason is that because after the monsoon there are a lot of fungus is created into the wind turbine blade. As a result of that, the friction is increased. And when the friction is got increased, and their power output is also decreased. So that property actually we solved, and we got some of the result. Now we are collecting every month the result and data and all sort of things. Hopefully by this year December we can get complete data next monsoon, and then we can go ahead with this. Friends, when you make these nanomaterials, you can make a very high stretchable nanomaterials. I'm not going into technical details of that, graph or characteristics, these things, but we are also making a paint which is very high scratch resistance. One of the very important thing is the paint is very easily scratching. For example, we are achieving, the STM standard is almost 1.5 for one paint coating. We are achieving almost 6 kgs of the coating thickness. And one of the very important things which in the morning we are talking, we are also working in, when you make this scratch, we are also making transparent, clear coat kind of things. This paint is we are just giving a common application. This is also working with India's largest sanitary ware. And next month we are going for the field trial, and hopefully it will come out very nice. This coating is very good application for automobile and other industry. This is very high anti-corrosive as well as the scratch resistance. This is the scratch resistant property is very high. And after this surface, this is so smooth that if you touch also your finger spot is also not come to the surface. So that sort of smoothness you can create with this nano clear coat paint. And the very interesting when you're working with basically, frankly speaking, L&D switchgear division, then they are come up with some of the ideas that they require one of the insulating paint. Friends, paints are insulating, but problem is that what is happening when the high voltage or low current is coming to the paint, it gives a short circuit. So they ask a paint or coating which can give a very high insulation property as well as the fireproof. They are already applied this into their lot of electromagnet, and within 3-4 months we'll get the complete data. For example, you can see this is the insulator tester in common paint, how the spark is coming. That is the insulation is get baked. As a result of that, the charge is coming to the surface, and if you hold like this, the paint will catch fire. This is our paint, which is around 20 micron thickness, which is giving perfectly insulation. So that's why we are also at present working with one of the mobile company in world leaders. Their idea is that to coat this mobile with this so that the rain affected or other thing will not damage the mobile. One of the small last video about the paint coating I want to show you about the impact resistance. This is very important. Paint is very easily cheaper. So one of the important thing you can make in the nano level, you can make a nanometal which is press it, and when it is pressed, it is coming to its original shape. So this is one of the idea. You can see this is a very simple impact test, which is we are doing almost double the paint, which is the testing is there. The STM standard is almost 1 kg. Now we are putting 2 kg weight and on the panel from the 40-inch height. You can see is that metal is completely dent, but there is no chipping of the paint. This is all for the metal which we have done. Last few years, we have worked for the water-based emulsion. This is very important for the green energy building concept. We are also working with Terry to formulate the green energy building concept also. One of the important thing is that according to building line, the paint has to be solvent free or zero VOC. That is the European health, if you consider, that is clearly mandatory, is that basically the plaster wall or anything, your paint has to be zero VOC. So we are making this, not only we are giving also this high property of that paint. For example, it is high UV resistance, high stretchable. Today, I can say proudly that we are working with almost all India's leading builders, and we have demonstrated that last years there is a lot of problem which is building industry has been slope. I'll show you some of the small caps of that, what are the things you can do with this nano paint. This is very simple example, very common example application of that. This is a more than 150 years old building, whole complex, which we have done with this nano coating, especially in the terrace. Now this man is so happy he put it into his garden. Similarly, this is also one of the highlighted project. If you come to Calcutta and other side, you see this is what is happening is that this is a residential project of 23 buildings, G+6, and there is a IBM center is come, so they are piling the ground. As a result, lot of crack is appeared through this surface and it is create lot of damage. So that paint we have developed. Recently, we have done lot of project for that same the builders, big project which is very salt-proven area actually. We have done all over India. This is one of the paint which is developed. It is just like a marble stone. If you from the outside you can see it is a marble stone kind of paint. This is also one of the big project, big prestigious project which we are doing here. We have also started a lot of Northeast activity. Our Northeast Association is also started. We are also doing a lot of things in Northeast, Delhi, Bombay. This is the one of the important, one of the India's leading building corporate house which we have done. This is one of the famous, very highlighted JMD garden, which is we're going to do, and this is almost 70 lakh square feet, which is nano paint. We're going to apply over there from the beginning. Construction side also we are doing something. And this is South. South also we have done a lot of work, and our associate for Pondicherry has done sort of this Pondicherry railway station, which is heritage building also, we have done a lot of work. So these sort of paint and work, there are a lot of actually which we have done. And now I'm coming to one of our group, because this is paint is one group is doing. Another group just now we formed one of the company with that Australian TIC group. Yeah, I'm just doing. This is that making that nanocarbon from the waste plastic. And for that actually this plant is we're starting up into Delhi. Beside that, some of the water purification. So I'll just keep up some of the side due to shortage of time actually. The nano composite and all sort of things, little bit we have started. One of our group, one of my friend, he's from PhD from IIT Bombay, he's joining with us basically for the nano composite site, and we have started some of the working over there. Friends, all sort of things is possible if you make proper nanomaterials and proper distribution of nanomaterials. I'll show some of the TM. For example, in 20 nanometer level also you can see the dispersion. Beside that, this is some of the antibacterial test report which we got from our customer. And we are also making a lot of carbon nanostructures. That is, my PhD level, I developed a lot of process of this. For example, this is the first patent which I have for my fuel cell electrode work from IIT Bombay. And this is the one of the pollutant absorbing things which we got an US patent recently. We are also trying to do some of the paint which may get rid of your pollution. That sort of things, energy related application. And there is another group is forming which is basically look into these energy related things. We're doing a little bit counter research, and actually this is the basic structure. Our structure, we are planning like this, one of the paint and compose this, then composite, and then subsidiary, that's why we can grow. And we're making group of young peoples and with a strong advisory committee, and we are growing that way. And I want to, these are some of the clients which we are working at present. And finally, I want to end up my presentation that, that is from this. I hope that one day nano rules the macro world, which is happening, monster rules the big. So let's do something on nano revolution. Thank you.